Welcome back to CodingCEO, the channel where I empower you to become the CEO of your own coding journey. In today's video, we are diving into the fascinating world of loops in Java. But before we jump into the code, let's answer a fundamental question. Why do we even need loops in the world of programming? So imagine you are a cashier at supermarket and you need to count the number of items in the customer's cart. You don't want to manually count each item because it's basically time consuming and leads to error, right? So instead, you want a way to do this automatically. That's where loop come in handy. Loops allow us to execute a block of code repeatedly, making it perfect for tasks like counting, processing data, or performing any repetitive actions. They help us save time, reduce errors, and write efficient codes. Now let's explore the different types of loops in Java. So basically there are three loops in Java. First for loop, second while loop, and third one is do while. But if you think what is the use of the loops and how loops convenient the programmer's life, then if I have given you this problem statement that print the hello world 5 times. In our hello world printing program we did this, right? System.out.println, and in the parentheses we have passed a string called as hello world, right? And we can copy this statement and print it 5 times in our editor. Then it will display the message hello world 5 times. But what about printing hello world 1000 times? So here the loops comes into the picture. So first up we have for loop. This loop is ideal when you know exactly how many times you want to repeat a task. So picture this. You want to print hello world 5 times, or maybe 100 times, or maybe 1000 times. So here is how you can do it with a for loop. So in this code, we initialize a variable I to 0. I has a data type of int, and as long as I is less than 5, we execute the code inside the loop and increment the I variable by 1 after each iteration. What is iteration? We will see that. Okay, so we will break down each part of this code for your clear understanding. So here I have int I equal to 0. One condition is given, I is less than 5, and I plus plus. This is nothing but the post increment operator. And let's assume this system.out.println as a block. Okay, so first of all, the value of I is 0, right? We will check the condition whether I is less than 5. So whether I is less than 5 means 0 is less than 5. We get it the output as true. And if this is true, then the block will execute. What is the meaning of execution of the block? It means whatever written in the block, it gets executed. Means hello world is printed one time. Then after executing this block, we have I plus plus. So I becomes 1. So whether 1 is less than 5, it is also true. So block is executed and hello world is printed. When I equal to 2, 2 is less than 5, it is true and block is executed. So again hello world. When I equal to 3, 3 is less than 5, block will be executed. Again it display hello world. Then I plus plus, I equal to 4, 4 is less than 5. So block will be executed. Again it print hello world. I equal to 5, as we increment value of I, 5 is less than 5. Whether this condition satisfied, it doesn't, right? So whenever it becomes false, our execution pointer will come out of loop. So how many times hello world is printed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times it is printed. So if we have I equal to 0, I is less than 5. So for I equal to 0, I equal to 1, I equal to 2, 3 and 4, the block will be executed. Whatever written in this block, it will get executed. Next, let's talk about the while loop. Imagine you want to keep doing something until a specific condition is met. For instance, waiting for your friend to arrive. You don't know how long it will take, right? But you will wait until they arrive. This is where a while loop shines. So basically in this code, we keep waiting until the condition friend arrived becomes true. Meanwhile, we print the time that has passed. We will break this down in details too. So we have this variable minutes which has a data type int. We have assigned it to 0. We have given this condition here. There is block of statements to execute, there is one increment operator. Similar to the for loop, we have initialization, condition, and operator. It will execute a block. Similar to this, we have in while loop, we first initialize our variable, we pass the condition in the bracket, we have our execution block, we have that operator and the end of our while loop. Now let's talk about the do while loop. It's similar to the while loop, but it guarantees at least one execution of the loop's body. So what happens in while loop? If this condition is true, then and then only our execution will go in the loops. If first condition is only false, then our execution pointer will never go to that loop. It will directly go out of the loop. But what happens in this do while loop? So in this code, first of all, we play the game at least once and then check if the player wants to play again. This is a great situations where you need to ensure a certain task is done before checking the condition, right? So at least one time execution will be done and then it will check. In the while loop, what happens? It first check and then execute. In do while loop, what happens? As the name suggests, do it first and then check the condition. After checking the condition, if it is true, then again do it. If the condition is false, go out of the loop. Lastly, we have the for each loop. We will explore this concept in details in our future videos, so stay tuned for that. But before we wrap up this session, let's enhance your coding skills even further. You can't always rely on predefined values for a variables, right? Sometimes you need some inputs from the user. This is where the scanner class comes in handy, allowing you to get user input. What is class, what is object, and what is this statement? You just need to remember the syntax of the statement. Okay, we will cover each and everything in our classes and object videos and in the OOPS concepts. So in this example, we use the scanner class by importing java.util.scanner class. So here we use the scanner class to get the user's name and greet them. So what the display output will show to the user? First of all, it will print the message, enter your name, and at the end of this, the system will wait for user input. Here the scanner.next line, it is responsible to get the user's input and store it in a name variable which has a data type of string. And after that, when I put my name, let's say I put CodingCEO, then it will print the message hello CodingCEO by executing this line of code. And this is nothing but the comment. So you can use similar techniques with loops for more interactive programs. So you can use a for loop, right? For int I equal to 0, I is less than, and I plus plus, and a block of execution. You can take int n, which is equal to scanner. What next int? What is this next line? What is this next int? It is nothing but the methods. We will cover that in our OOPS videos, and pass the n variable to here. So from this, user will able to give the value of n, and the condition will satisfy it. If user gives value of n as 5, then I is less than 5. Okay. If user gives n equal to 100, then I is less than 100. Remember, in the top, I have given you the task that what if you want to print the hello world 1000 times? It is as easy as that. Give the value of n as 1000, then I is less than 1000. This condition will be written here. So now it's time for your coding exercise. I want you to write a program that calculates the sum of all even numbers from 1 to 50 using all the loops we have studied: the for loop, a while loop, and a do while loop in your Java program, while also allowing the user to choose the range. So I have written this 1 to 50 by my own. So you may take 1 to n, where n is nothing but the user input. Use this import statements. Use this scanner equal to new scanner in bracket system.in. Then use that scanner next line for storing the string values. Use .nextInt to store the integer value. Here you can use scanner.nextInt and store it in a variable that is let's say condition. So 1 to condition is nothing but your problem statement. So can you demonstrate how to calculate the sum of even numbers from 1 to condition using all the loops in your Java program? So that's it for today's video. We have covered the basics of loops in Java, including for loops, while loops and do while loops. Remember, practice makes coders perfect. So try out some examples on your own also. This is CodingCEO signing off. Keep coding, keep conquering, and keep being the CEO of your coding dreams. Thanks for watching.